All right. Let's look at what we have to do. We can go back to the quiz club, try to answer some more questions to unlock more rooms. Oh yeah, we have all these boxes to do. Staying in room 1963 column. We still don't know the phone numbers. I guess if it works like a hotel phone, you just call the room number itself, but I feel like we tried that. Do we just want to try that again? Oh, it worked. Okay. Pronto. Ciao. Do you have sweet music for my ears? Wow, there's a lot of stuff. Inform about the dead person. So it had to come to this again. It always ends with something violent. A murder mystery, perhaps. Trivial, but cheese is cheese. We can still make it sing. I wonder how she died. Perhaps she fell out a window. What do you think? Listen carefully, Signorina. Think about where she must have fallen from. We've already been there. Was there anything else? Inform about the puzzle boxes. Yes, I love your puzzle boxes, but what do they all mean? What is their connection to the past? The mystery makes them brilliant. Signorina, listen carefully. The past is the door to the future. Look for patterns. Signorina, did you have anything else on your mind? Ask for advice. Always walk in a straight circle, Signorina. Do you have anything else on your mind? Nope. Call me if you find anything new. Okay. Okay. Interesting. 1798 is the next one. Maybe this will tell us how to use a crystal ball. I knew you would call. I know many things about you, sister. I know about your journey to Sulawesi Cave. I know the paths you walk in that cave. First you... Oh, shit, I need to write this down. What does Sulawesi mean? I've heard that word before. Not just in the context of the game. I just know that as a word. All right, let's write this down. It's hard to write in this notebook. I wish I had like a flip top notebook. I am writing in a Moleskine right now. Let's see. South. Then you will go east. Then you will go the opposite of your first direction, north. Then you'll go the same direction as before. Is that north or east? And we put east or north. Then you go in the same direction as your first direction. Okay, south. 90 degrees to your left and go forward. So if I'm facing south, I'm just gonna go east. So go in the same direction as your third direction, north. Sen. Now I know what you will see there. Do you? Do not share foresight. I knew you would not know yet. Call me when you know. Okay. So we might have to try two things here. That leads out. Doesn't it? Wait, is this where I need to go? I want to go to this shortcut, right? Yes. Okay. You wish to know your future, except years 1982, blah, blah, blah. You'll go to a cave. Oh, shit. I fucked it up. I was skipping dialogue too much. All right, do you wish to know your future? Yes. The year is 1982. You will wander the paths of that primordial cave. You will go south. You will go east. You will go north. You will go north. You will go south. You will go east. You will go north. At this point, you will see... Did it work? Cave paintings. Okay. What is that? Ox? Ah, I get directions. So north is ox. Or it's pig, ox, bird. Ox, pig, ox, bird. Okay, cool. Wait. Not where I wanted to go. Over here. $17.98. Right, that was the number. What will the cave painting to the left depict? Piggy. I see. What will the cave painting in the middle depict? Ox. And lastly, what will the cave painting to the right depict? Birdie. Yes. Now I see in your immediate future that something you need is in your bag. Oh! Okay. Magic show ticket. I foresee that I will see you at the show, sister. Appeared through a magic trick after a telephone call with a fortune teller. On it, Lorenzo the Great's magic show is printed in swirly letters. It is newly printed. Lorenzo the Great is a moniker believed to have been used not by a single illusionist, but rather a group of people, including escape artists and fortune tellers. His first documented use is in an advertising poster for a traveling magician from the mid-1800s, but the use of the name is probably much older. The name has been referenced in a series of German silent movies of the Expressionist era, as well as the lost media phenomenon, The Third Eye. Oh, fuck yes. All right, we get to go to... I'm gonna pet the doggy. We get to go to the magic show now, which we've been wanting to do the whole game. Put my notebook down. Take a sip of my coffee. It's pretty good. It's pretty good coffee. New house coffee. Always tastes good. That's the kind of coffee you drink at your new house that you just bought. It's locked. There's letters on the door. Ticket is scribbled in red paint below. Yay. Hey, Lorenzo. Seeing as you have a ticket, I suppose you're here for the show. Well, all I have left is this lice-infested wagon. The horse which carried it is as dead as magic. I am now but a nameless vagabond with a violent past. Only the most red of roses could awaken the memories of my great show. Oh, hey. Yes. I remember it like yesterday. Do you? Meet someone at the show. This has like Madoka vibes. It looks like a witch's domain. Okay, that takes me back. This is very cool looking. Welcome to the sideshow, sister. For a measly 10 American dollars, I can show you the trick I call the disappearing woman. Might take you to unexpected places. Sure. Your support keeps the arts alive, sister. Now please brace yourself. You've traveled far to get here. Come closer and I will tell you how this all started. This is the tragic story we call the Legend of Creation. Thousands of years ago, the third eye shone over the islands in the Far East, but one night it fell from the sky. A human found it, and when she held it, she saw the magic of this world. She had a vision, so she painted a creature in red ochre on the cave wall. At night, the crimson beast awoke. It spread chaos and death and devoured the human and her people. The story of the red creature became legend, but the third eye lived on, and appears in the most unlikely of places to this day. Do you wish to see the trick once more? It is free of charge for returning customers. Give me my money back, asshole. You can't just hold my dollar bill up. Give me back my money, fool. Welcome to the sideshow, sister. For 10 measly dollars, I can show you a trick I call the disappearing woman. It might take you to unexpected places. Sure. Your support keeps the arts alive, sister. Now please brace yourself. Your journey has been long to reach these lost woods. Come closer and I will tell you one of the legends we speak of in this forest. This is the tragedy of the tale of the Baroness and the treasure hunter. Long ago, there was a noble human born in a palace. Hidden in her palace was a long-lost treasure with a will of its own. Paint the world in red, it whispered to her in her dreams. Driven by the influence of the treasure, she painted a treasure hunter who appeared in her palace as if real. Together they set out to find the treasure known as the Third Eye. When they found it, all magic and wonders of the world appeared before them. But with the vision came great misfortune. The artist said, "Who needs eyes when there's nothing left to see?" She cut out her eyes and blindly fell to her demise, not as a human baroness nor artist. Instead, she had become art. She had turned into red paint from an old rusty bucket. Her whole world faded away, as did the treasure hunter, but the third eye was once again prepared to trade hands. Interesting. There's something to be said about, like, the death of women being portrayed in art. Like, I mean, I'm not the most qualified scholar here to talk about this, but this is something that you see a lot interrogated with, like, detective fiction and, like, true crime as well, is, like, how we use the death of women. Like, using Twin Peaks is a really good example. Like, a lot has been interrogated about, like, this is a show about the death of Laura Palmer. And, like, what does that mean when the raw narrative conceit of all of these things that we participate in and that we care about rely on the death of a woman in order to fuel their storytelling? Like, there's something there. And, like, is there meaning in dying for art? I think is, like, another thing maybe that this is trying to talk about. Be welcome to Teatro Rosso, sister. Our ancient order knew of your return. Our prophecy told us of a sister bringing us magical cards. We saw that it would open the doors to her past. Tell me, sister, did you bring us any magical cards? We got 2 of them. The card of love. Does this open those card doors? Use it wisely, sister. Did you bring us any magical cards? Okay, now we got the spades key. The card of death. This game is so fucking cool. Use it wisely, sister. Welcome to the sideshow, sister. For a measly 10 American dollars, I can show you a trick I call the disappearing woman. It might take you to unexpected places. Sure. We won't be able to afford the last one, but we'll just need to come back here once we have 10. Your support keeps the arts alive, sister. Now please brace yourself. You have traveled far to find this forest. Come closer and I will tell you something you may have already guessed. This is the tragic story we call the quest of man. The legends tell of a human who sought magic. He traveled to a dilapidated palace in the west to find it. Somewhere on these grounds he found the third eye, and when he held it he saw the magic of this world. This encounter by holy and profane gave him a vision of his magnum opus. Is the third eye a camera? Because if so, that would be interesting. The idea of, like, the magic of the world being film, art. Filled by the spirit of the third eye, he saw a whole universe. Everything appeared before him through magic. Sounds to me like they're describing movie making. Alas, magic likewise gained him mastery of a woeful truth. He found that art is only as good as its spectators. It's true. In a feeble protest against mammon and the mediocrity of man, he cut out his eyes. The third eye once again became a lost treasure, and the man faded away. I have so many fucking thoughts about this game. This game is speaking to me so directly. It's insane. It's insane how much this is for me specifically. Oh man. Fuck. It is kind of unbelievable that we got this game in Signalis in like the same like 2 to 3 year period. That's nuts. I wish I had played Signalis for the channel. For those of those watchers who've been with me from the start, I did stream Signalis, my first playthrough of it. But it was before I was recording, before I was doing VODs, before I had YouTube set up. So my first playthrough of that game is just lost to the ether. But that's also just one of my favorite video games of all time. I can just about do that whole game in 4 hours. I can do the speed run for it. Or not the speed run, but a speed run for it. All right, so we got at least 2 keys that we can use. Can I pet the dog while he's on the bench? Not while he's on it. Oh, man. What a video game. Games like this come out every once in a while, and they're just inherently special products, and they sit with you for forever. I mean, that's also how I feel about... This is the Suda 51 game that this reminds me the most of isn't actually Killer 7, it's Flower, Sun, and Rain. And Flower, Sun, and Rain is an aggressively anti-player game. But I think about that game all the time. Like, truly constantly. Like, all the time. And even though I didn't like it very much, because I don't think it's really designed to be liked anyway, it's a really profoundly like effective game at what it's trying to do. And part of that has like stuck with me, I guess, in a way that I found really engaging and interesting. And so now that's what this game is reminding me of, is that like that really strange feeling of like playing a thing that is like very contemplative towards how it feels about being perceived. It's just interesting. It's interesting to play like a player hostile game. Okay, the heart door is behind that statue. Can I interact with that statue at all? Hole in the forehead of the sculpture. No. E-shaped key. Wait, why do I still have this? I thought I already used this on the E door. I guess I already opened the west one too. Does this one do anything? No. Does the west one do anything? No. Okay, well. Guess we can't open that, but we can open the spades door, which I think is over on the right side over here. Oop. Didn't mean to hit my microphone. All right, spades door time. Oh, I need to read the description on that. Turned into its current form by a magician, considering its size, it's very light. When held, the key drastically changes its desaturated hue to a bright red, but the difference can only be seen by the person holding it. Magically transforming items such as this have a tendency to turn red due to the spectral information encoded within. This particular item seems to conceal information regarding its past life as a card. but there is currently no known technology which allows the information to be decrypted. Though magical, its usage is restricted to unlocking doors. Items transformed through magic can rarely be reverted back to their original form. Okay. Give me my $1. There we go. Pinboard. It's full of incomplete and short notes. Fake gun. Body moved. Americans. RN equals L. Renzo Nero equals Lorenzo. Yes. There's a file marked case 63113RN. We've seen that number before. Autopsy report. Hotel Lexus Yar 1963-113. The subject has a substantial... That's 5 days in the future. The subject has a substantial visible fracture in the os frontale. The fracture has caused a severe injury to the frontal lobe. The injury is lethal, but in all likelihood, the cause of death is the cervical fractures in vertebrae C2 and C3, respectively. However, death from circulatory shock due to the extraction of the bulbous oculi cannot be completely ruled out. How injury occurred. The extraction wounds in the orbita have been caused by a sharp non-surgical instrument. The wounds inside the orbita are similar to those made from a pocket knife. The wounds could be self-inflicted or by someone else. Given the amount of glass found on the inside of the subject, there cannot be any doubt that the subject crashed through the window on the 3rd floor. It is unlikely, but possible, that the subject fell through the window due to the impact needed to crush the glass. Therefore, the subject most likely either jumped through the window or was pushed. Comments. Death by illness or accident is unlikely. Due to the evidence at hand, the subject either committed suicide or was the victim of manslaughter, murder, involuntary manslaughter. Interrogation transcript. 6311R3RN. Name of witness redacted. Commissar Schmidt. When did this change behavior start? He was eccentric when I arrived, and then his mental state took a turn for the worse after a phone call from the production company. Commissar Schmidt. Were you frightened by him? Not at first, no. Commissar Schmidt. But at some point, did you find him frightening? Yes, I did. In what way did he make you uncomfortable? Excuse me, Fraulein? He played with his revolver, and his thoughts were very dark. Evidence submission form. So this is stuff that was on the body. Item A, espresso cup. Item B, revolver. C, playing cards. D, glass shards. E, letter. Result of examination. Red paint was found on item A, B, C, and D. Blood from the deceased was found on item D. Exact model or owner of item B could not be identified, presumed to be a pre-war Italian model. A card fell out of the file. Ace of diamonds. Okay. Investigation report. Police Beamter Andreas Coleman arrived at Hotel Lexus Yar at the 15:15 midnight. He was there greeted by Redacted in the foyer. Redacted was in a state of shock and spoke about eyes. After being calmed, Redacted showed the officer on site the place of the incident. The deceased was found on the gravel path, lying face down. The legs were facing the house. The deceased's right arm was folded beneath Redacted body, his body, while the left arm was stretched out. A pool of blood had formed beneath the body, and the deceased had visible severe head injuries. The deceased had, in addition, severe injuries to Redacted. Shards of glass were scattered on the body and around the same. Upon closer inspection, there was an additional red liquid near the body, which was believed to be red paint. There were 4 playing cards discovered in the inner pockets of the deceased. The second-floor window above the body had been shattered. The deceased was dead upon arrival of police Beamter Andreas Coleman. The deceased was identified by witness Redacted as Redacted Citizen Redacted. According to Redacted, the deceased had inflicted Redacted upon Redacted and then Redacted. Case dismissal order. No definitive proof of foul play has been discovered in conjunction with the death of Redacted. The physical evidence points toward Redacted. It has been established that Redacted suffered a manic psychotic breakdown. There have been conflicting professional opinions on whether the stab wounds in Redacted could have been self-inflicted, but the majority state that Redacted Friendly's state might have given Redacted the necessary willpower to inflict the injuries upon Redacted. Further interviews with witness Redacted have cleared the doubts surrounding her involvement in Redacted's death. Therefore, no further measures will be taken in the case. So is Renzo gonna die? It's a bummer. You have to save. But we can go back to the magician now and open that diamonds door. Oh, there's a bell there. There is a bell icon. Okay. Let's do this. It says bell 3 times, right? There we go. Hey, look at that. The sculpture has something in his forehead and a note stuck to it. Read the note. I was worried you had set a trap for me, Signorina, but it was completely safe to take the object. The trapdoor did not open. You are good at mind games. Obtained the eye key. That's very funny. What is this? 3-door. Oh, the emblem on it depicts number 3. Oh, and we can probably open the heart door now. 57 in 1982. Oh, and each of these is the shape of a box. Okay, I'm beginning to see things. SC bolt number 5. Photographic memory. Books. Which number is the symbol to the right? 51. 80. I think it's clock. It's digital clock, right? So on the left, we're seeing the 3 horizontal lines that make the 5. And then the 1 is obscured. On the second one, we're seeing the horizontal lines that make up the 80. So 8 and 0 with the left and right side of the 8 and the 0 obscured, which means the 1 on the right needs to be 7, 4. If I just get this, I'm gonna feel so fucking smart. God, I'm good. God, I'm good. Ooh. You'd love to see it. I'm just adding these to my list of things to do. Because I do want to head back to... We got another Laser One! Bite-size handheld system. Laser One art and entertainment system. South. Okay, that's interesting. All right, hey, we just got a whole bunch of stuff. This is a whole lot of stuff to do. 1938. Another bug report, okay. Revolver door. All right, wow, that's massive. That's massive progress. I do want to head back to... Yeah, I'm gonna head back to the magician. So let's head back to the magician to get the diamond's key. I would have liked to have more dollars so that I could buy the last sideshow, but that's fine. And I guess we can go in the heart store after this as well. All right, let's go. Card of Wealth. All right. Diamond-shaped key. Excellent. I'm loving... It's just incredible. It's amazing how a single little thing will cascade and unfold into just an absurd amount of, like, open doors, right? The puzzle design in this game is incredible. And this all stemmed from the fact that I just like was trying out phone numbers. like at the start of this episode, I was like, phone numbers. Let's look at this. And then I solved one thing, and there's 50 other things to do. And we have this thread now about we can also check the hearts door, which we should probably do. We can check the diamonds door. It's all coming up toaster right now. See, with this... Oh, let's read the description of this. Current position. I'm only 57% of the way through the game. Eye key. Taken from the forehead of a statue on the 3rd floor, possibly triggered a trap door. Its head is not parallel with the blade. When inserted into the statue, the key looks like an eye in the forehead of the statue. Keys like this are often referred to as rivet keys because of their flat head. It makes them suitable to hide in plain sight, for example, as decoration in a sculpture, and are, as such, often used to open secret passages. Among nobility in Prussia, it was not unusual to depict the lord or lady of the house with a rivet key posing as a third eye. This makes me want to install hidden doors in my home. I do want to replace my room door with a secret bookshelf door. I think that would be really cool. It's locked. Oh, actually, first let's go over here. 1948 door. I think I have that key as well. Renzo Nero, red window about to break. Performance brick window artist audience. Nero's work is characterized by its strange logic. Events occur independent of space and time, and scenes are arranged to construct a narrative not driven by chronology, but rather by intuition and association. It's the game. In this aptly titled piece, Nero confronts us with the thesis that destruction can be art. What? Do we get the cafe key? There's a note and a key tied to the brick. Did you make it to the red window yet? This has only been painted red. It is not the one. I am really enjoying your game. I found this key. You hit it very well. You are good at this game. Okay, this kicks ass. See what I mean? We get so much cool things. Was tied to a brick and thrown into a window at the 2nd floor. Has visible signs of wear. See, the cool thing about this is that, like, narratively, it's talking about non-linearity and narrative, but, like, red window about to break, we read the description of, like, Nero potentially falling out the window and dying. So we see red window about to break painted by him. We think that it's going to be him jumping out the window, but instead a brick comes through. The only hint was that it was a brick in the performance art. That's clever. It's tied to a brick and thrown into a window on the 2nd floor. Has visible signs of wear, shaped like the letter C. Between the cuts, there are finely ground dark brown particles, coffee. The condition dates the key to the mid-1900s. The unusual shape of this key could hint at the establishment it unlocks, as such aesthetic connections were not uncommon in the 1940s and 60s. A key to a pharmacy could have been shaped to look like the letter P, for instance. Judging by the aroma and pigment of the particles, the roasted Arabica plant seeds. That's coffee! God, this game kicks so much ass. All right, we have gotten key after key after key and clue after clue after clue. We got a third thing. $1.